What's up, Sagittarius? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a full moon tarot reading for the full moon coming up on May 23rd. This full moon will be at 9:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be at 2 degrees Sagittarius, which will put it in the 19th mansion of the moon. I'll put a picture of the 19th mansion of the moon up. You can read about it. It's not really a great mansion. It's kind of being ready for battle type mansion. It's good for gardening. It's a good time of year to be gardening, so that's always good. The astrology. So for a Sagittarius ascendant, if you are a Sagittarius ascendant, this full moon will be in your 1st or 12th house. That's the house of self, your personality, what you present forward, what masks you present forward, your persona, that's the card. Or your 12th house, which is dreams, loss, psychic, ability, hidden enemies, that type of thing, foreign lands. Luck is on your side, Sagittarius. Got a Sagittarius card. That's always very good. And speaking of luck, this moon is opposite the sun, which is in Gemini, but that sun is in a stellium, which is 3 or more conjunctions in a row, with Venus, Jupiter, and Uranus. That's all good planets together. It's very good luck. And that part of your chart, if you are a Sagittarius ascendant, is going to be your 6th or 7th house, the house of personal health, or the house of your one-on-one relationships or spouse. So this is probably if you're thinking about finding a partner, it's a very good time to go after it. Sagittarius, where the moon will be, is big picture. Gemini, where the sun will be, is details. Knowledge compared to wisdom. The idea compared to how to implement the idea with the details. So if you are trying to get in a relationship and you are a Sagittarius ascendant, this would be a good time for that. If you're trying to get in shape or trying to eat better, things like that, your health, or you're trying to maybe even get a pet, 6th house, to be beneficial for that. Like, it's very, very good energy, very lucky energy right now. And Sagittarius are lucky already anyway. We are Jupiter. I have a Sagittarius right there. I have a Sagittarius ascendant. So, and we got luck is on our side. And there's still some nice beneficial planets. Even the malefics really aren't affecting things that much. Even Pluto, who's a malefic, is touching the moon in a sextile, which isn't bad. And he's touching that stellium in a trine, so that's not bad. So we're even supported by the aspect of power, or transformation, or sex, or inheritances, all these types of things. But it's good energy right now, and that's for Sagittarius ascendant. If you don't know your ascendant, I do have a video in my astrology section how to look up your natal chart. I just use my natal chart as an example, and I break down some things, but it's the basics on how to look up your natal chart to find your ascendant. You need to know down to the minute when you were born, where you were born, and the date you were born, and that'll give you right where you need to be. If you're in the U.S. and you don't know what time you were born, get your birth certificate, which you'll have to go to the county you were born in. But you need to get the one that you would use for getting a passport. And then it will have the time of your birth on it. You got 2 already. 3 2s. It's the 3rd reading I think I've had with 3 2s in it. 2 2 2. 2 is a builder number. And then if you get 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. That's the middle vibration. That's the middle vibration of 9, which means balance. I got 2 10s as well. But luck is on your side. Hopefully mine too. This could be you. This could be me. This could be anybody. Right here on the bottom. Charging forward confidently. Or you have a fire sign in your environment that's a confident individual. This is not being able to see or not being able to make a decision. Blinded by love, maybe? Are you not able to make a decision in love? You may have multiple options, or you're just trying to make a decision about your current relationship, that type of thing. The recent past looks like you have it all or have had it all. Like you have everything you need. All the boxes are checked. There's a type of completion or some kind of cycle ended. And I would consider, it's not really a 10, this card, but it represents like a 10 like these over here do. So it's like a completion or like a cycle being accomplished. And generally, it's a good one when it's this card. Even if it was a rough cycle, it ended. So now you can start something beneficial. The world's always a beneficial card. And that's in the recent past. You're crowned by another 2, which is juggling money. You're trying to balance money. They're just trying to balance things in general. But who isn't? That's pretty normal, pretty common. This is your unconscious influence. Now, this could be someone around you that's like a boss or like an Aries or some kind of like really competitive or controlling individual. But when it's in the unconscious influence, it's generally an aspect of ourselves. that we're bringing forward. So maybe you're being very confident. Being confident is very good. Arrogance and confidence are two different things. Arrogance doesn't have any respect for anyone else. They're just like, I'm it, and no one else can be it. Confidence just means I'm confident in myself, and I hope that everybody else is confident too. I have no control over anyone else. I have no opinions on anyone else. I just know that I like myself and I like what I'm doing. And most Sages are like that already anyway. As I can relate, I am a Sag moon, I'm a Sag ascendant, Sag Mercury, Sag Uranus. I have a lot of Sag. I have a stellium in Sag. And I also have a bunch of planets in Scorpio. Basically, all my planets are Scorpio and Sag. But I can relate to I think like a Sagittarius, and I present myself to the world as a Sagittarius. I have Uranus on my ascendant, so that gives me the goggles of Aquarius. So I'm a little weird. I'm more of like a space cadet, but that just means I think futuristically. I'm always pointed toward the future. Just kind of how I work. Always working towards something, which is a good thing. And I imagine, and Sagittarius are like that automatically anyway. And you put Uranus there, it's like a bonus to it. Like Sagittarius and Aquarius, those are the two ESs. Both awesome signs. And this is in front of you. This is you being established. So whatever this you completed behind you, it could have something to do with love. So you're established, and maybe you have a reputation, and you're waiting to conquer what's ahead. Like he's looking out the landscape, like I've shown that I can do this, and I'm about to conquer again. It could definitely have to do with a love situation, but it could just be a situation that's you're having to evolve it around your relationship or your marriage or your family or something like that. So like you're having a hard time making the decision because you have to take your family into account, that type of thing. Or it literally has to do with making a decision about love, like a love partner, a new love partner. Or it's a combination of both, and you have to decide, well, do I want to stay in my relationship or do I take this opportunity? And they can't both be implemented, or you're trying to figure out a way to have your cake and eat it too, which ain't nothing wrong with that. This is you right now, working your butt off. Looks like you're working hard, definitely working hard towards something. No doubt about it. Whatever this is, you're working hard to manifest it. And luck is on your side. And I just said to you, the luck is on all of our side if we know how to use it and we know where the areas in our life that it's affecting. Like in love, Sagittarius ascendant for sure would be very lucky right now. In money in general is because a lot of these planets, it's in that stellium, is in Taurus. So money could be involved. And Gemini is breaking things down, learning. So this is a good time for all kinds of things. But this is you. You're definitely working hard on something. You're definitely trying to move forward. Like you've completed something and it's made you established, and now you're working very hard to maybe conquer the next step, right? In your environment, you have everything you need. You may have had an inheritance. You may have had a large lump sum of money. You may already be wealthy. Sagittarius are generally pretty lucky, so overall they're probably successful people most of the time because of a positive mentality. Jupiter makes Sagittarius a positive sign just in general, always thinking things are going to work out. Because they generally do, especially if you believe that they do, if you have faith that they will. Okay, so you're moving away from something. So whatever completed, you're walking away from it. And that's the advice. It's saying walk away from it. So if it feels like a relationship you need to walk away from, you're walking away from it. If it's like the opportunity that you're walking away from in choosing love, for some of you, it's saying do that. It's going to be different for different Sages, and you will know what's best for you because each situation will be unique. But the decision for all of you is going to be easy to understand or to choose because the outcome is a message coming in. This is going to help you choose. That's the luck aspect, right? So like if we're caught up in anything and we're having a hard time making a decision, right? Head or heart, right? It's nice to have a sign or something to kind of give us the nudge. And that's what this is. This is what's going to give you the nudge. There's some kind of message coming in, some kind of truth. And it's going to give you the answer that you need. That's the luck. The answer is going to be clear. It's going to be like, that's what I should probably do, or that's what I need to do. And then you go and do it. You ride forward into the sunset. That's what you do. This is not just walking away. If it is walking away, it's walking away from rough emotions. But it can also be moving forward too. And generally what you're walking away from is going to be a step in moving forward. So that's kind of what this is saying here. And it's in your advice. And luck is on your side. And you have a lot of 2s. So you're building something, or something's about to be building. And it's going to bring balance too, because you have a lot of 2s, which represents balance, right? This is balance. And 2 plus 2 plus 2, and there are 3 2s here, is 6, which is the middle vibration of 9. You have 3, 6, 9. 6 is the middle. That's the balance of the good and the bad, right? The up and the down, the left and the right, the good and the evil. Understanding that it's all just a singular coin, and those are just 2 sides of it. And you have to find your role within the spectrum, and understanding that they need each other to define each other to exist. Anyway, Sag, luck is on your side. Looks like whatever this situation is, whether it is in love or it has something to do with love or an opportunity, looks like it's going your way. Some of you could be definitely be an inheritance, because this is right here in your environment. Money or some big opportunity, or maybe a large windfall of money in some way. And like I said, if luck is on your side, it may pan out. If you're a gambler, maybe you hit it big. If you're not a gambler, don't go gamble. It's stacked against you. But if you're already a gambler, as I said, I think in my last video, maybe you strike it big here. Hard to say. There are a lot of beneficial planets right now. It looks like it's mostly going to be around like health or your relationships. But if you're looking for a new relationship, this is a good time, and that may be what the choice is. But you may get the information that points you toward following the opportunity instead of sticking in a specific relationship. But it'll be different for each of you. Some it may be the other way. Choose love. Either way, that's all I have, Sag. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting, and click that bell for notifications, because I don't think a lot of people are finding their way back to the channel. They don't really find it again unless it's recommended to them in recommended videos, like on that main page. But if you hit that notification bell, it'll notify you every time I upload a video. And I do it every full moon and new moon, because astrology is the base science for tarot. That's why it's done by sign. Tarot doesn't exist in the way that it does without the fundamental science of astrology. That's why I do it like this. And if your tarot reader doesn't know astrology, they're doing themselves a disservice, and they're doing you a disservice, in my opinion, because you need to know both, because this doesn't exist without the other. But anyway, you don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. I'm just glad that you're here, Sagittarius, and I definitely hope to see you here again. Happy full moon.